the way.
What's up, Humblers? It's HumbleZeus here, bringing you some Destiny gameplay on the PS4. And today's video, we're going to be covering kind of my thoughts and opinions on the beta and what I think you'll like about it, what you'll dislike, things they can improve on, and things they did well. So for one, I think that if you're a person who's like waiting for a really good game with like nice graphics, I think Destiny is definitely something you should look into. If you're not a first-person shooter fan, then maybe you won't like it near as much, but if you're looking for if you're like a graphical person, you want to see nice graphics, I think this game is very good for that. Unfortunately, I feel like they're shooting themselves in the foot because there's a lot of missions that require you be underground in tunnels and laboratories and caves, and they don't really show off how beautiful the game can be. I think later on we get to visit different worlds with our ship. We'll see more exotic looking things. Hopefully they don't like try to make everything seem kind of Earth-like. They'll try to go all out. And again, these are the people who made Halo, so I think we'll see some pretty good things from them. In terms of it, the aliens feel like Halo aliens, but it feels like a Call of Duty game mixed with the Halo game, so I feel like the shooting's a lot more controlled, like you get that from a Call of Duty game, but the spectacle and how the world feels like a Halo game with more free roam. So, I think that's a really cool thing, and I'm glad they did that. As for classes, there are 3 classes: Hunter, Titan, and Warlock. I chose Hunter on a recommendation from a family member, and I can't say I dislike him. He's really cool. He has some nice abilities. He got a double jump. Every character gets their own kind of double jump thing. The Warlock can like glide for a little bit, and the Titan gets some kind of lift thing where he like boosts himself up. It's similar to a double jump, but similar to a glide, so I say it's like a mix of the two. And I think overall the classes are very balanced. I haven't felt completely overpowered. I've gone into the arena, and sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. I'm not very good at it, so I'm going to practice some more for you guys, maybe bring you some arena gameplay. But definitely the free roam's a lot of fun to do. The story missions aren't too convoluted. They're very kind of linear. They don't really give you branching paths. It's not like you can maybe go around instead of going this way. You kind of have to go through this kind of linear set style, which might upset some people, but the free roam kind of makes up for it because you can just go out and do whatever you want. You can grind for money and items, so that's fine. The weapons don't feel overpowered. They all feel very balanced. They don't feel like they're too strong, but at the same time they also feel very unique and customizable. Some weapons are generally the same with very small increases like damage, rate of fire. Nothing to speak home about, but the special weapons like the pulse rifles and whatnot, they can feel different. There are shock rifles. I've had an incendiary rifle, which you just saw me use. So there's a lot of different things. There are also heavy weapons like LMGs and RPGs. So there's a bit of a customization thing going on here. Unfortunately, we can only go to level 8, so I can't talk too much on the skills. But generally, you get your first kind of 3 main action skills, which is your jump, your special ability, and I guess another minor ability. So for me, I can throw knives as one of my minor abilities, my golden gun, which is my main ability currently, and my double jump. Every character has their own version of a double jump. The Warlock flies, and then the Titan kind of does this little air push-up that sends him slightly higher, and he can glide for a little bit. So, they all have their own versions of their own skills, and, I think they're very well balanced. I don't feel they're completely broken. I feel like you can take out any class from any other class if you do it well. Obviously, I feel like the Warlock, depending on the armor and whatnot, is very he's not as tough as the other two. The Hunter is kind of the middle ground, not as tough as the Titan, but not as kind of physically weak as the Warlock. And then you have Titan being the strongest, but having no magic attributes. And, that kind of carries on to their character. My character is very agile. He has a lot of jump. He can run kind of fast. So, you have these kind of class bonuses, but nothing that sets you, like, overpowered. Like, there's really no way to be overpowered in this game. Against other players. Against enemies you can be, depending on obviously your level, your gear, but generally the default enemies seem to be strong enough to give you at least a little bit of a workout, or at least a lot of fun that you don't realize that you're working. So I mean, the enemies aren't as strong as I would like them to be. They don't really feel as challenging. Some are, some aren't. I guess later on in the game we'll obviously see more challenging enemies, but I think for now, as a beta, it's very fun. The online interaction is pretty good. You have these little kind of cues that you can do, like you can point at people, you can wave at people. There's one feature I'm going to show you at the end of the video that you'll see that I really enjoy doing when I meet somebody. And I also encourage you that if you're on PS4 and you want to play with me sometime, obviously I'm free to do so. Just send me a message, and if I have time, I'll hop on and say, you know what, sure, let's get on and we'll raid and try to level up. So, well, we can't really level up anymore, but we'll try to get, you know, some items, money, and, you know, see how that carries. I figure the things will carry over too, so, you know, we'll have more. But overall, I'd have to say I really do enjoy the game. There are weaker points about the game. Storyline feels very linear, so, you know, I don't really care much for it. I mean, I understand it, I like how it goes, and I understand, like, what we're doing, but I don't feel like, you know, having played, like, Killzone and whatnot, there's multiple ways to approach different objectives, and now it's just kind of like, go straight. Go forward, don't go, like, don't deviate off the path. So there's not much I can do with that, and so it's not as interesting to me. Maybe if I could flank around and play to my character role, maybe stick to the shadows a bit more, and whatnot, you know, throwing knives from behind people. That'd be a lot more fun. And maybe a way to take out enemy silence, because it seems like once you kill an enemy, that's kind of it. So, you know, there are some things they can do, but for a beta, I really like it. I'll definitely be playing it a lot, grinding up, trying to get some weapons. Try to get better at the arena so I can actually bring you some gameplay of that. But hopefully you do enjoy the video. Please leave a like, comment if you want to play sometime, or comment on your own feelings on the beta if you have it. And I'm going to show you the final queue in a second. I hope you like that. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Zeus out.